Now, let me ask you this. You mentioned Kim Kardashian. What were your thoughts overall on the jewelry heist? I think it was like $10 million in her jewelry that was taken Paris week in Paris,
How
Fashion
the
Week.
fuck do you have $10 million in jewelry on you? Like that's the part that I was just. She had all 10 million on her. This motherfucker is walking around with the Fabergé egg around her neck. Like how the fuck did you? And how do you get close to Kim Kardashian? Like to rob her? Like that's amazing. Like I just was amazed by it. You know what I'm saying? That somebody of that stature could get robbed for $10 million. Like I don't know if they make jewelry that's worth 5, $6 million that you can wear, but I assume that the 10 million was a plethora of pieces. So the whole time that they was in there robbing her, nobody came. Like nobody came to check on Kim Kardashian. Nobody was wondering, hey man, this I don't hear no fucking pictures being taken. What the fuck is going on? Go in there and check on Kim, man. I don't hear no flashes in that bitch. Something must be going on. So that part of it is was amazing to me. But I'm glad she okay. You don't never want to see that happen to nobody. But coming from the hood, and I'm a hood dude, I know about. I've witnessed and been unfortunately involved in a couple of unfortunate situations where motherfuckers get to robbing you, and $10 million worth of shit is you need a lot of time. That's some Ocean's 13. You know what I mean? Usually niggas get out with a PlayStation and a felony. That's usually what you lead a robbery with. But $10 million worth of jewelry taken, and then just the way the story she was tied up and all of this. I'm like, damn, somebody did her like Biggie. I got a story to tell. Like really? Like nobody came to check the whole time. Like that just it was just somebody they had to. You don't want to say it was an inside job, but that's the only way I can think that something like that could happen to somebody of that stature. Like how the fuck you getting close to Kim Kardashian enough to tie her up and take all her shit? Like that had, excuse me, just being a street nigga, knowing how shit go. That's something that's that. I'm gonna drop a dime on this motherfucker. Like that's what that is. That's that belly shit that I can't see it happening any other way.
Well, people also thought it was a publicity stunt, maybe just because of the details of it and how it happened. And there's people that thought about even if it was, was it real? Was it a publicity stunt? People had those opinions
That's
as well.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate because if it really did happen, do you know how like that's the dark side of what they have done in regards to becoming famous.
Well, because she's on reality
Yeah,
TV, so it
exactly.
might be a
Like that's the
plot
dark
line.
side of it.
That's why
Real
people
shit
would
can't
think
happen to
that.
you without motherfuckers thinking it's fake. Like that shit fucked up. She could have really been in there tied and gagged up, fearing for her life, pissing and shitting everywhere, and then had to look at the dudes and be like, "Man, that bitch ain't get robbed, nigga. That shit was for goddamn. That watch. That shit gonna be on. That shit gonna be on the Kardashians. They gonna have the robbery. You gonna hear that goddamn first 48 music, doom doom, and then they gonna show that shit. I don't believe that shit. And it's like motherfucker. But that, hey, you got to take the good with the bad. That's what come with being successful in that regard. So that's the crazy part about it.
Now, let me ask you this. Does flossing on social media put somebody in danger?
Fuck yeah, it do. Of course it does. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of hungry dudes out here, and not just being hungry, but jealousy is a disease, man. I really believe that. Like I know it may sound crazy, but I think that's a mental condition to be jealous of someone who breathes the same air as you, who heart is pumping the same blood as yours and has the same amount of time in a day. But it's a debilitating disease, man. Like people see success and they really become just fucking enraged at the fact that you aren't me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that dude. So yes, it puts you in danger because you know a lot of people are looking to come up without having to do much, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to take something from somebody. So it definitely puts you in danger. And the unfortunate part about it is, I was just having this conversation with my homie, man. He just came home and he said something to me that was real, real. He was just talking about not being in the streets no more. And he was like, man, cause this shit don't never stop. He was like, everybody know how I get down. You know what I mean? And he's a unadulterated gangster. But don't know, it's niggas that don't care. It's never gonna stop. You can have 20 bodies, knocked out 50 people, but it's still gonna be somebody else to try you, no matter what you've done. So you're not gonna get away with 21 bodies. Eventually one gonna catch you. So the shit is never ending. So even with you, you trying to enjoy yourself on social media, you posting and flashing and all of that, but it's still, no matter how tough you may think you are, it's somebody that's gonna try you. And so, not to say that you need to be trying to hide what it is that you have worked hard for, because if you work for it, you deserve to enjoy it and show it however you want to show it. But just make sure you take the correct precautions, because jealousy is a disease, man. It's a disease, and a lot of motherfuckers suffering from it out here.